So I am at the Korean Aerospace Museum over in Jeju. Got here. This is Colonel Dean S. Monument, erected in 2017. Over here, talks about who he was. Leave it there for a second. I already read it. But basically, when the war started, he arranged for the evacuation of a bunch of orphans to Jeju, and then came back to the mainland and fought with the Korean forces. So that's a representation of the P-51 that he flew during the war. This is outside of the museum, where they've got some places, some planes that you can see. If I stutter or slur anything, it's cold right now. The wind's blowing pretty good, and so yeah, a little bit cold. I'm gonna try to head in. Hopefully they'll let me film inside. I don't know if some places don't. So C-54 Skymaster, which is one of the planes that they use to fly the orphans from the mainland to Jeju. Come up right inside of here. Cockpit. They've removed the instrument panel, of course, so it's just a mock-up, but you can see inside of here. Those instruments are all still here. Comms, place where the pilot or co-pilot or engineer or whoever, loadmaster, could take a quick nap on a long flight. Interior is Spartan. So I'm going to walk around to check out some of the other ones. I already looked at some of these. I started filming this when I got to the monument because I thought that would be a good place to start, and because I didn't know exactly how big this place was before. So I thought I'd take a quick look to see what I could film and then start filming and go back around. This way. So this museum is kind of in between Jeju and Sogwepo. There's a big resort out here, Jeju Shinwa Resort. It's got its own water park and theme park, and it actually has its own fire station. Because of its location and size, in case anything happens, they can't get a fire crew out here quick enough. They've got their own fire station here for any mishaps. I'll take a look at all these in a minute. I want to go back through this. So the information placard is here. C-123, which I don't think I've heard of before. Rear section of the plane. Markings for where they keep first aid kits. All your warning and information you can read. So you're aware of safety guidelines. There's your red light and your green light for drops. Parachute out of here. They used to use these to transport airborne. No, they use planes of this type. Like I said, I haven't heard of this before, like this particular model before. But then I'm not like this super ultra military historian that knows every plane ever used by the military. So have all of your, in case you have problems with your landing gear. You also have your manual crank over here. In case everything goes out, your hydraulics go out, your electrics go out, and you can't get your gear down, you can hand crank it down. But yeah, that's those lights. You can see them on both sides. The red and the, well, I guess it's blue and not green. The red and the blue for airborne drops to let the guys know they can jump. Where everybody would sit. There's also, you can see they keep, there's actually some straps in one of them. Tie down your cargo here. So you could put troops here. You could put equipment on a big pallet here, strap it down. That back ramp drops, drive a forklift up, pull off all the equipment, or push it off if it's on something, and then troops can just disembark out doors or ramp. Super tiny cockpit. That thing is cramped. I'm going to guess this is probably for the loadmaster, but I'm not sure. This is going to be kind of awkward because if I've got it, no matter what, I've got to make a full circle. So I'm going to start on the F4 side and then work around. So you've got 3 F4 Phantoms here. There's also an F4 Phantom out front. I might get a shot of it as I'm leaving, but it's the old, I want to say they're black, they're either Black Eagles or I think they're Black Eagles. Is like the Blue Angels of Korea, the show pilots. And so they flew F4s before. So we have, here you can see F4 Phantom E. And where is yeah, so it looks like, and again, I'm not completely up on all of this, but it looks like this doesn't have a cannon, so it doesn't have the rotary Vulcan that other F4s had, because there's no spot for it. See inside the intakes all the way back to where the engines would be. And inside the chains. And all of these F4s have their naval arrestor gear. But these are all, if you look on the back tail there, Rock Air Force. So these are all ground-based. But they've all still got their arrestor hooks. This is another F4E. This is an RF4C, so it's a recon Phantom. Still Rock Air Force. But you'll notice, if you look at those, look at the nose there on those, and then if you compare it to the nose here, okay, there's where all the photo gear would be stored for taking recon photos. See it there. That is what the inside of an F4 looks like.